Hello, my name is Jonathan Ravarino, and I am a psychologist and clinical social worker. I will be meeting with you for the next 15 minutes to talk about ways to improve your sleep. I'll begin by just stating that sleep is beneficial. In fact, without knowing anything about why sleep is helpful, we would all agree that having a good night of sleep can make things feel more doable and productive. Similarly, going without sleep for a period of time can have major consequences, including problems with mood, concentration, and physical abilities. With this in mind, I want to talk with you about 10 ways to improve your sleep. We'll call this sleep hygiene. First, it is long understood among medical providers who promote sleep hygiene that going to sleep and waking up at the same time helps. The time of when you go to sleep each night is probably less important than doing it consistently. In other words, keeping a regular sleep schedule, even on the weekends, helps to develop a sleep-wake cycle that encourages emotional and cognitive balance. While keeping a sleep schedule can be difficult, it really helps one's life. Take a moment and think about how a sleep schedule relates to your life. Let's move to tip number 2. It is recommended that we keep a comfortable sleep environment, which includes doing your best to manage factors in your room that promote good sleep. Examples include temperature. Having a cool room is better than hot. When we are cool, we can adjust our temperature with blankets, but when we are hot, it can be difficult to maintain comfort. It is particularly hard to sleep when you sweat or feel sticky. A second factor related to the environment is the light. Your bedroom should be as dark as possible. What we are trying to do here is reduce distractions or blue lights from phones or computers. Third, we should consider the noise level in your room. Less noise means more sleep. Reduce noise with earplugs. Now, some people enjoy ambient noise, and we all have our own patterns, but usually the quieter the room, the better. Now to comfort. Having a good mattress helps. Some of us don't have the most comfortable bed, but don't be afraid to invest in a comfortable mattress. Sleeping on the floor, a couch, or a chair can create restlessness. Finally, when we consider the environment, think about the function of your bed. It is not advised to do work, such as studying or working on your computer, from your bed. This confuses your brain insofar as when you get on your bed, your body should know you're attempting to fall asleep. So take a moment and think about the concepts related to your sleep environment, how they relate to your life. Tip number 3. It is wise to avoid alcohol and caffeine before bed. Indeed, while alcohol might help some get to bed, it will make your sleep restless and uneasy. Caffeine, contained in coffee, soda, tea, and chocolate, is a stimulant and actually gets the body activated once it is consumed. Perhaps some of you have memories of when you have had difficulty sleeping related to using caffeine or alcohol. The fourth tip is to pay attention to your diet. For example, a heavy meal or spicy meal before bedtime can lead to nighttime discomfort. Similarly, too many fluids before bed can require multiple disruptive trips to the bathroom. A light snack is an alternative to a heavy meal, and it can prevent hunger and help you sleep. Take a moment and think about these concepts and how they relate to your life. Let's move to tip number 5, which is to get out of bed if you are not sleeping. Indeed, if you don't fall asleep within 15 to 30 minutes, go ahead and get up. Get back into bed only when you feel sleepy. If you need to get out of bed, it is recommended that you do something that is relaxing, like listening to calm music. Eating, getting on your phone or computer will only exacerbate your troubles. Many of you might have struggled with sleep and then jumped onto Facebook or Reddit. Think about these times and how these concepts might relate to your life. Well, the sixth tip is to try to get regular exercise in your week, which has been shown to improve sleep. Exercising in the morning or afternoon, at least 3 hours before bedtime, will help you get a deeper and more restful night of sleep. The seventh tip is for those of you who might use tobacco. It is recommended to cut back or stop tobacco use entirely. Nicotine, similar to caffeine, is a stimulant and can cause problems for people trying to fall asleep. Our eighth tip includes doing your best to not watch the clock. Set the alarm for when you plan to get up and then place the clock out of sight. Constant checking can contribute to insomnia. It might be worthwhile to face the clock in a direction you can't see it. So again, take a moment and think about these concepts related to the clock, tobacco use, or exercise, and how they may relate to your life. Moving on to our ninth tip, it is suggested to create a bedtime routine. For example, choosing to read a good book, listening to soothing music, or taking a bath before bed helps calm the body and facilitate a transition into sleep cycle. Any behavior opposite of these, watching a scary movie, having a difficult conversation with a partner, or exercising right before bed, can interrupt your body's natural pattern of winding down. Finally, my 10th tip is to consider taking naps if you find your energy is low during the day. Studies show that short power naps can be worthwhile in terms of generating energy and renewing cognitive attention. So as a review, the 10 tips for good sleep hygiene include going to sleep and waking up at the same time helps. Keeping a comfortable sleep environment related to temperature, light, noise, and comfort. Avoid alcohol and caffeine before bed. Try to pay attention to your diet. Get out of bed if you're not sleeping. Try to get regular exercise in your week. Cut back on or stop tobacco use. Try not to watch the clock. Create a bedtime routine if possible. And consider taking naps if your energy is low during the day. And that concludes this session on learning about sleep hygiene. Thank you.